YouTube, welcome back to the Dre Gatsby Show. Today we are talking about buying that car even though they told you not to. In this video, I'm gonna give y'all a few reasons and a few details that you can, think about, or some things that you should think about when it goes into the decision whether or not you should buy that car that you've been thinking about buying for years. And it's honestly going to change your mind and have you thinking in a different way, and it's probably going to be everything that you've wished for. And this is your sign to go buy that car that you've been thinking about. I'm not telling you to go buy a car that is literally going to stop you from buying your kids food. If it's going to stop you from putting food on the table for your family, I'm not gonna advise you to do that, bro. That's honestly crazy if I do that. Like, it's never that serious. So I have to say that if you are the type of person that is, in position to buy, depreciating things like a car, and for a fact that you have a lot of income coming in to the point where you can afford it, so be it. Because guess what? Nobody can tell you what's the right way to spend your money. Because guess what, bro? We only live once. And I don't know about you, but I'm not about to be that 70-year-old man that bought a Corvette for the first time ever in his life because I was so focused on my finances. I only have one life to live. And if I can provide for my family and I can put food on the table and buy my car that I always wanted to buy, I'm gonna buy that car every time. Because if you actually think about it, there's plenty ways to make money from having cars. For an example, affiliate marketing. If I have a specific hood that I bought aftermarket and you would like to buy that hood as well, you can get a commission, I can get a commission, we all can get commissions based off the parts we have on our car, because the more videos we produce and the more content that we put out there, the more people are going to watch. They're going to click on your description, see what links you have available inside of your description, and that's ultimately going to allow you to have an additional stream of income. And I'm sorry if the camera's like jiggling right now, bro. It's honestly not in the best spot, but I gotta make it do what it do because I'm already en route, and like I already got this idea, so I just gotta put it, bro. I gotta record it. I gotta put it out, bro. My brain won't let me stop. I need to keep going. So nobody can tell you what's the right way to spend your money. Now, what I can say is if you're going to purchase a car, I definitely would advise you think about ways to create streams of income when you do buy that car. For an example, if you were to buy a TRX truck, maybe part-time you use it for a commute to work or to, for your own pleasure. And then the other, maybe you could use it for a junk removal business, or maybe you could use it as a way to deliver big products for people that are maybe buying a TV and they need to pick it up from the nearest Walmart and they just don't feel like going to a U-Haul to rent. Maybe you could be that person that can provide value to others. I heard a quote, and it said, if you can give people what they want, you can have anything you want. And that is very true. I think that you should always look for ways to provide value, ways to make income while you are messing with a depreciating asset. If it's an expense, try to turn it into an asset. And I think that is very important to have that mindset to ultimately put you in a better position. You don't have to just buy a car and settle for the payments and just be like, oh, well, it is what it is. I'm just gonna conform to what I'm supposed to do. Nobody said that you can't turn your cars, your depreciating assets, into appreciating assets. And I think that having the right people around you, watching videos like this, that you clicked on this video for a reason. So leave a like, because you need to continue to put your mindset on things like this. People that think in optimistic ways. You don't need to be around the people that's like, just drive your Honda, your Civic, your 1995 Camry, your 1970 Honda, and just be happy with it. There's nothing wrong with Hondas, Camrys, or Civics. The point is, if you know you like fast fast cars. Every dude with muscles like muscle cars. So don't conform to the norm. Don't feel like you have to do what everybody else does or live the life that everybody else does. Now, with great success comes great responsibility. You gotta pay that money back every month if you finance your whip, or if you pay it off, you gotta pay insurance regardless. The car is gonna need insurance regardless of what kind of car it is. Even the Honda and the Camry and the Civic, you're going to have to pay regardless. So if I'm gonna pay insurance, I'd rather pay for something that I actually want to drive rather than sitting up and driving a car that's literally going to just get me from point A to point B. I was in that position before. I had a 2007. Was it a 2007? It was a 2007. Yeah, 2007 Impala LT silver. I kept it clean, completely stock. It's not an SS or nothing. It was a stock Impala, but I treated it like it was a Hellcat, not in a way of me driving it fast, but me caring for it, making sure I changed the oil, making sure I kept the interior clean and the exterior clean. Like, that's what motivated me to go and start a mobile detailing company, because I seen that I, proved that I can take care of my cars, and I'm like, I want to be able to go and give other people value, provide services to other people, because I see what it did for me, and I was not gonna just settle and say, oh, this car is just gonna get me from point A to point B. No, make the most out of your situation. Be grateful for where you at and make the most out of it, and put your mindset on ways to improve, innovate, become better as an individual. Another point that I do feel as if I need to touch on is, not only do you only have one life, but if you have a car that is nice, I can definitely say that you get more attention, you get more respect, and you ultimately push yourself to go to that next level. And I think that is very important. If you have a car that you don't want to lose, you're much more likely to put your mindset on ways for you to innovate as a person, increase your finances, and overall just become a better individual, because you're always going to be grateful for the car that you have. You're going to be like, oh, how can I create an asset opportunity for me so I can upgrade my car? You start out with the car that you like. You start out with a car that you once wish you could have, and then you get that car, and then you just continue to get better. I don't know, you may be like, hey, I like my car, I like that I got my car, and I learned ways to fix my brakes, fix my rotors, replace things like headlights, assemblies, etc. And now you're like, hey, what I want to do now is buy and sell cars, because you are optimistic about purchasing your car. You were optimistic in a way that led you to more opportunity. If you are waking up and being grateful for what you have, you are going to the gym and you're walking out the gym and you're like, wow, I have a beautiful car. I have an amazing car. My car is everything that I ever wanted it to be. And what you're doing is putting your mindset on more opportunity. You're putting your mindset on ways for you to be more grateful. You almost align with the person that is going to receive more, because you're grateful for what you already have received. And I think that is very important. I think that as a 23-year-old man that is growing up, I think that it is important that I put content out like this, because when I was growing up, when I was on my way to, being a consistent man, showing up for myself, building those finances up, and knowing like, man, I really want this car. I always wanted a Scat Pack. I always wanted a Hellcat. I always liked the Trackhawk. So I really think that, being around people, like one of my good friends had a Trackhawk, and that simply motivated me to show up for myself, to know that it's possible. And granted, we were the same age. Like, I will forever be appreciative of my boy for letting me drive the Trackhawk, letting me sit in the passenger seat, just seeing him drive it, bro. I would imagine myself inside of the seat, bro. And then when I drove, he actually let me do donuts in his Trackhawk, which is bonkers, bro. I wasn't even 21 yet. I had no business being in a fast car like that doing donuts. But was around cars growing up, so I always knew how to drive them, how to control them, how to not panic. Things like that was very important for me, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the friends that I have. I'm grateful for the platform that I have to be able to put content out like this. I'm actually about to go get some money on real quick. I'm about to go pull up to the headquarters and knock out this work real quick, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. I will see y'all tomorrow. Make sure you turn on the post notification bell, because if you miss out on bangers, you're literally missing out on things that can change your life. You're missing out on opportunity to put your mindset on higher level ways of thinking, bro, because there's people in my corner that is giving me gems, allowing me to be able to articulate it to y'all. So God is good, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.